Okay, I'm going to do the daily review today. I thought the market was pretty interesting. I really didn't trade too much. Again, I'm trying to trade less. So I'm going to go over the ES first. The S&P on the daily, as you can see, we had a big, beautiful green candle that popped over this 200-day moving average that I was talking about yesterday. It's just gorgeous. Look at NQ. Look at another nice green candle. We even gapped up above the 200 and never went back to it. So this is pretty bullish. I ended up actually getting a month out call on the SPY, the S&P, an option. And we'll see how that turns out. And let's see. All right. Anything else? There's not really anything else on ES as far as the daily, other than we had that big green candle. We were making a higher high. We actually made a higher high because this candle actually closed above this high, which is very good. I'm not mad at that at all. So I mean, as far as the call, I'm looking at, hopefully maybe we go at least to here. Of course, this will be on the SPY chart, but I'm going to probably be monitoring it on ES. So I'm thinking this level at the bottom of this is where I would be maybe thinking about getting out. I'm hoping we can get there because it looks like this was a support level here. Actually, let me draw a line. All right, so this was actually a support level here and here, and kind of wanted to be support here, but we didn't make it, and then it just fell. So I'm hoping to get to at least around here as far as ES, and wherever SPY is at that time is where I'm hoping I can just get out there. But yeah, had a pretty decent day. Trump, I guess he spoke with China, and they came up with some kind of a 90-day thing or whatever. So long as the market's happy, I'm happy about it. Okay. All right. Now let's go to the hour and we'll switch over to the day trading part. All right. So we gapped up and it was very interesting. So we gapped up here. I noticed last night and I was like, okay, cool. I didn't take a trade because it was just, you're waiting for a pullback. So then I woke up sometime in the middle of the night, used the bathroom. I was like, oh my God, look at this beautiful green candle. And this was Europe open. So this was London open. So when London, this was probably Asia. Asia bought this. They bought ES up. They sold it off a little bit. And then we just went right back up. And then when the London opening started, the Europeans just bought up even more. So when I was looking at the stock, I wasn't really looking much at ES because it seemed to be like going up. Then we started going down. And at this time, what I'm waiting for actually, two things, either a close above the 5 or just a higher high. So the new thing I'm trying now is that if I can get a 15-minute candle to close above the prior 1 hour candle's high, then I can get in. I wasn't looking at ES at the time. I was focusing on gold, but I looked at it later and I was like, okay, this would have been a great trade because this is where we actually started heading above our prior high. And if I look on the 15, now, of course, I've back tested this a lot too before. I'm not just trading it and not back testing, haven't back tested it and see if it works okay. Okay, so right here, we had a 15-minute candle close above that hour, the previous candle on the hour's high. This little line here represents the high of the previous candle. We want to see a 15-minute close above it. And we saw this. And not only that, it needs to be, for me to take a long, it has to be above the 15 minutes 20. So we also closed above the 20 bar moving average with this candle as well. And that's when I could have got in long. Now, if I had taken that trade long, even if I got in at, let's say 58.40, I could have taken this, I don't know, somewhere here. And that would have been 58. Even if you say 58, 55, that would have been a 15-point trade. That would have been $750 if I had taken that. But I wasn't looking, so whatever. There are other opportunities. All right, so that's that with ES. And let's go to NQ. I already showed the daily, which is this nice green candle. It seems like we're with NQ, we're already at this low point that I was pointing out on ES that was kind of like support-ish, like in this area here. Looks like we're already there, so hopefully that doesn't slow up ES and we'll just break straight through that, but we'll see. It's one of those things. I didn't look at NQ on the day trading because I'm trying to focus on just two tickers right now, two markets. They're two different markets. So it's probably the same thing. You know, this candle here, we're looking for a close above it. This was the only candle we kept going lower and lower and lower. But then after this candle, if I put a line there, of course, we never made it. Never would have made it above here. But we did make it above this candle. And if I look on the 15-minute, I didn't draw the line, but I'm pretty sure it's just like ES. We had to close above the 20, which is my Q. And as long as it closed above that previous hour candle's high, I can get in, and I could have took that. And this allows taking a 15-minute and waiting for Qs on the hour and a 15-minute is going to give you bigger gains. But of course, in order to get to bigger gains, you got to have bigger stops. So that's NQ. Let's go on to gold. Gold kind of did the opposite of people are getting out of safety. All right, so gold, we got a closing daily candle under the 20. On Sunday, I was saying yesterday I was kind of bearish on it because we didn't make a higher high and we could not close above the 5 EMA. So yeah, we gapped down and had a pretty red day. All right, so this candle put us a little bit under the 50-day RSI. I'm sorry, the 50 RSI. We have this as previous resistance. Could be support, could be not. It was support this time. So right now we're kind of at actually I'm looking at this now. We're kind of like at a really support level because this was resistance. It was support a bit here. It was support a bit here. And it was support a bit here too. Well, right now it's support. So we got to see us break that in order to go significantly lower. If we are to go significantly lower on gold, because it's been a long time. Let's see. It's been since December since we broke the 50-day moving average. And we went to somewhere around the 100-day moving average. Yeah, so that's where we are with gold. I'd like to see us break this previous support level here and get under the 50. That would be nice. But if we can break this, then I think that a lot of buyers will be shaken out and we'll just kind of start selling. Let's go to the hour on gold, and I'll go over the trade that I tried to take, but then it was a good thing I didn't stay in it because we didn't continue to go low. Okay, so this I had put this line here as possible as we went down. Firstly, let's go over this. We gapped down lower. This was the Asian section. We gapped down. We kind of consolidated. And then London open. We just failed. Everybody just sold off their gold. And it just went lower. I didn't think I would try anything today anyway because of the gap ups and the gaps down. I thought we were going to be really slow today, which we kind of were because they did all their buying and selling last night. So anyway, I put this line here as a possible area where we will start to go back down again. Once we started going up, had this line here, and we did go there. So I was looking on the hour, and I'm looking for it to break. I drew this line here. We didn't go below it on this candle. Well, I drew it here first. We didn't go below it this candle. We didn't go below it this candle. But we did go below at this candle, and that's when I looked at my 15-minute chart. And on my 15-minute chart, as you can see, we had a candle close below the 20 EMA, and we closed below that level with this candle. So I got in. And then as I got in, I was just, I had my stop. I had my nice big stop up here somewhere. But my intentions initially was to go to this level. This was a supply zone right here. Demand zone, I'm sorry. This was a demand zone right here. When we came here to this level, we had this big, huge green candle, which means that because this is a 15-minute candle, we had this much green, there's a possibility that some big buyers were buying right here. So they call this a demand zone. So I was going to actually initially try to take that to this level here at this candle. But then while I was in the trade, I just so happened that I wanted to look and check it out. So I looked at the 4-hour and I realized we were on the 200-day moving average. I'm sorry, the 200-bar moving average on the 4-hour. And I looked back and I saw how often it had been support. Look at this. Support here, support here, support here, support here. And when I saw it was sitting there, I was like, I got to get out of this. So what I did, I don't know how much I was up. I was up maybe 300. I don't remember at the time. But I put a stop where I can at least take 100 off the table. Because I was like, I'm not certain we're actually going to get to my target, which was placed here. I had my target placed here, which was like I was actually 32.20 is where I had my target placed. And I got in at, what was that? I can't remember. Whatever it was, it would have been a good trade. It must have been like, what was it? I think it was 35. Yeah, 35. So if I was in at 35 and it was 20. So that would have been a $1,500 trade. And I think my stop was like $750 or something like that. I would have lost $750 if I had lost a trade. It would have been a 2-to-1. So as I was in the trade, and it ended up stopping me out, and I ended up just getting the 100. And I'm glad I didn't shoot for that. And also the other thing is I noticed, I'm like, oh man, we got a demand zone right here too. So not only did we have that 4-hour 200-bar moving average that was historically, at least for the last few months, support. We also had a demand zone in this area. So I decided that wasn't going to work. So I ended up just getting out of that trade, and I'm not counting that towards my 2 trades per week because, I was quick to get out. And it just gave me a lesson to make sure I check, because I'm waiting all this time for this to break. I'm just sitting there waiting. And while I'm waiting, I could have I had plenty of time to look at all the time frames, the daily, the 4-hour, just to make sure there were no roadblocks to get to here. But I didn't do that. And it's just a lesson. I learned that from this trade. And also notice all of the demand zones. I was just being greedy, and I saw this and I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to shoot for. That's $1,500. But I also should have looked, and even if I thought we were going to not stop here and keep going down, then I need to be cautious of this, because if we got here, I should have put my stop at break even. So that's something to consider next time, but right now this is something new. So it's just kind of, I'm learning. But I ended up, let's see, positions. I ended up doing something else. It was nothing. And it was, so I ended up with $110, just $10 for the day. It was, $100 for the day. But I'm considering that a scratch right now. Okay, and the next is crude. All right, what did crude do today? I looked at it a little bit, not a lot. Okay, yesterday I said I was somewhat bullish on this because of this double bottom. We did have a close over the 20. We got almost, I don't know if this 50 right here is going to become resistance or not. that's something to think about, or a C. But we did have this double bottom, and we did close above the 20-day moving average. We didn't close above this previous high, so we need to close above this previous high and the close above the 50. And then if we do that, we probably can go back and hit this old support level. Let's look at the hour. Okay, so with the hour, we started off bullish, but then once like New York market open, we just start falling. So if I were trading crude, I wouldn't have had any trades after market open because I could only take longs, and everything was bullish. Right now I could take shorts because we got the cross of the 5 under the 20, but I don't really trade crude that much. But yeah, that's it with that. Let me see. Let me look at the 15-minute real quick just to get a clue. All right, yeah, we were going down all the time, and we didn't even get over the 20 on the 15 after market open. We didn't even get over the 20 on the 15-minute to even consider going long, because I like to at least see that. So that's it. I mean, we've had a good day as far as your 401k and maybe your long-term portfolio if you've got those heavy hitters in there that most people have, just like your 401k. It was a decent day for that. But that's it. I wanted to go over this today because it was a nice little event that happened. It wasn't so boring. All right, well, that's it. Bye-bye.